Morning everyone, welcome to story time, and let us start with our hello song. Hello friends, how are you? I'm very happy to see you. Say hi to your friends, boogie on down. Do a jump, turn around and sit down. Well done everyone, well done. Now let's do bread and butter. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quietly as we can. Hello. I can't hear you. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loudly as we can. Hello! Hello, Kate! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slowly as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as fast as we can. Hello. That was so fast, everyone. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as low as we can. Hello. And finally, bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nicely as we can. Hello. And why don't we say it in French? Bonjour, bonjour. Okay, today we are doing a story called Eduardo, the horriblest boy in the whole wide world. I don't believe it, do you? It's written by John Birmingham. Let's see what Eduardo did that was so nasty. Eduardo was an ordinary boy. He would get up in the morning, get dressed, have his breakfast, go to school, play games, eat his supper and go to bed. Doesn't sound too bad so far. Sometimes Eduardo would kick things. You are a rough boy, Eduardo. You are always kicking things. You are the roughest boy in the whole wide world. Eduardo became rougher and rougher. Like most children, Eduardo made a lot of noise. You are a very noisy boy, Eduardo. You are the noisiest boy in the whole wide world. So Eduardo became noisier and noisier. From time to time, Eduardo was nasty to little children. You are a nasty bully, Eduardo. You are the nastiest boy in the whole wide world. So what happened? Eduardo became nastier and nastier. Occasionally, Eduardo was not very nice to animals and would chase the cat. Meow. You are a cruel boy, Edward, chasing the cat. You are the cruelest boy in the whole wide world. So what happened? Eduardo became more and more cruel. Eduardo was not very good at keeping his room tidy. Neither am I. Your room gets messier and messier every day, Eduardo. You are the messiest boy in the whole wide world. So Eduardo's room became messier and messier. Often, Eduardo would forget to wash his face and brush his teeth in the morning. You are a dirty boy, Eduardo. You are the dirtiest boy in the whole wide world. Eduardo became dirtier and dirtier. And as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Eduardo became even clumsier, crueler, noisier, messier, dirtier, nastier, ruder and rougher, until one day they said, Eduardo, you really are the horriblest boy in the whole wide world. That would feel horrible to hear that. Then one day, when Eduardo kicked a pot of flowers, it flew through the air and landed on some earth. I see you were starting a little garden, Eduardo. It looks lovely. You should get some more plants. Eduardo was good at growing things, and he was asked to help people with their gardens. Oh, that's nice. Cruel Eduardo was waiting for the dog with a bucket of water. He threw it over the dog as it came by. Thank you so much, Eduardo, for washing my muddy dog for me. You were so good with animals. And so Eduardo was asked to clean and look after everybody's pets. And he looks very happy doing it, doesn't he? Eduardo's room was getting so untidy that he could not find anything, so he threw everything out of the window. All Eduardo's things landed in a truck that was collecting for poor people. Thank you, Eduardo, for giving all of your things away. Look at Eduardo's room. Why can't you all be as neat and tidy as he is? I think Eduardo's turning a corner here, everyone. Eduardo was becoming dirtier and dirtier until one day he became so dirty that flies started to chase him down the road. He jumped into the river to get away from them. A lady pulled Eduardo out of the river and took him back to her house. She gave him a hot bath, washed and ironed all his clothes and sent him back to school. Look, children, look at Eduardo. He's the cleanest and smartest boy in the whole school. One day at school, nasty Eduardo pushed little Alec very hard. At that moment, one of the lights in the room crashed down onto the spot where Alec had been standing. You have just saved our little Alec. What a quick-thinking boy you are. You should look after the little ones. And from then on, Eduardo looked after the little children. One day, Eduardo was making more noise than he had ever made before, which frightened some lions who had escaped. They were so frightened by noisy Eduardo that they went back to their cage. You're very good with lions, Eduardo. Perhaps you could come and help me. Oh, look, he got a job helping with the lions. Now, from time to time, Eduardo is a little untidy, cruel, dirty, messy, clumsy, noisy, nasty and rude. But really, Eduardo is the loveliest boy in the whole wide world. There you go. All he needed was someone to be kind to him, and lots of people were kind to him because there are so many kind people in this world. Okay, let's do some little songs. Are you ready? A fly is on my toe, a fly is on my toe. Hi ho, just watch me blow. A fly is on my toe, a fly is on my elbow, a fly is on my elbow. Hi ho, just watch me blow. A fly is on my elbow, a fly is on my nose, a fly is on my nose. Hi ho, just watch me blow. A fly is on my nose. Did you all try and blow the fly off your noses? Well done. Okay, we might try standing up with this one. See if we can still see me. My two hands go clap, clap, clap. My 2 feet go tap, tap, tap. My 2 hands go thump, thump, thump. My 2 feet go jump, jump, jump. My one body turns around as I sit noisily right down. Woo! Well done. Okay, now let's do the animals on the bus. The pigs, let's do pigs. What noise does a pig make? Let me hear you. Well done, now sing it with me. The pigs on the bus go. The pigs on the bus go all through town. The dogs on the bus go woof, 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 woof. The dogs on the bus go woof, 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 all through town. The lions on the bus go roar, 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 roar. Roar, roar, roar. The lions on the bus go roar, 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 all through town. The snakes, how do snakes go? On the bus go the snakes on the bus go all through town. Well done. Give yourselves a clap. Now, we're going to try a bit of a tricky one here, and I want you to try really hard at home. So I'm going to do a little clap, and I want you to do the same clap after me. Are you ready? If you listen and you hear me, go like this. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. If you listen, then you'll hear me because you're sitting kind of near me. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. Now let's try and stomp our feet. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. If you listen, then you'll hear me because you're sitting kind of near me. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. Now let's pat our knees. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. Well done. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. If you listen, then you'll hear me because you're sitting sort of near me. If you listen and you hear me, go like this. Well done, everyone. You did that so well at home. Okay, now let's finish up with Twinkle, Twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Until next time, everyone, have a lovely week. Bye-bye.